own.
Namaste coders, welcome to Async Coding channel. So in this video we are going to talk about data types in Java. So in Java, data types are categorized into two basic types. One is primitive data type and another one is non-primitive data type. In this particular video we will be discussing about primitive data types. So primitive data type, what is primitive data type? Primitive data type is the type of data which is very basic to Java, and these are nothing but simple raw values that are stored in the memory. These are easy to access and easy to store as well. Okay, so in primitive data type it is classified into 8 separate data types. It has 8 separate data types, which includes numeric value, characters, boolean, and also decimal values. So let's dive into our types of data types, and we'll go one by one. So let's start with the primitive data type. Okay, so primitive data type, we can majorly classify it into 4 chunks, that is integer, float, characters, boolean, where integers contains whole numbers from from negative to positive numbers, but it is a whole number. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, like that. And it also contains float. Float is another data type which contains float and double. This data type is going to hold decimal values. Okay, that is nothing but from negative to positive, but it should be in decimal value like 9.3, 0.5, something like that. Okay. So characters. What are characters? Characters is nothing but it contains a value, a string value you can say, but it is just a letter or anything that is related to Unicodes. So what is Unicode will come next. But in again last type is Boolean. Boolean takes only 2 values, that is true or false. Okay. So let's go to integer now. In integer, as we can see, there is a byte value, right? So byte is basically values between minus 136 to positive 137. So it is generally used to store a small numbers, not large numbers as compared to other, and its size, memory size for given it only as 1 byte. Okay. So this is the memory capacity for byte. So it takes only 1 byte of memory while storing any data of the type byte. And then we go to our next data type, that is short. So what is short? Now we know byte stores really small, very small number. So then comes short. Short is basically stores number between minus 36,000 to positive 36,000. Okay, this is for short. So whenever I have a range of positive 36,000 plus numbers to minus 36,000, it will be better for us to store that number in short, so that it is easy to differentiate. Okay. So in general, whenever the operations are performed on byte and short data types, it is generally converted to integer only in background. In JVM, what happens? Whatever the operation we perform on byte and short, in backend it is generally converted to integer only. If I am adding small short, short number of 11,000 plus 11,000, in general in front what it is? Short and short only. But in backend it will convert it into integer. Okay. This number might be short only, the whatever added number might be short, but in general it is considered integer only. So now let's go into int. What int holds is, it stores number between minus 2 billion to plus 2 billion. So as we know, so it is again, so the range is more. A byte it is very small, short it is between 36,000, and now in int it is very big, from negative 2 billion to positive 2 billion. Okay, so memory capacity given for int here in Java is 4 byte. So this is not generally needed, but it is just for general knowledge. 4 byte of memory is given for int. Correct. So last one is long. So in long what happens? So generally long takes number up to 9 quintillion. So this is really big number, right? So to store such numbers we use long. So in general, whenever I declare long in Java, it is supposedly written as long, then my variable name, then my number. For example, we'll write some number. So in end, it is helpful to write L at the end. Okay. So it denotes that, okay, this number is long. So Java will get to know that, okay, this number is long. So all these three are covered in, 4 are covered in integer. So numeric value. What numeric value? Whole numeric value. Okay.